Welcome back once again to Living in the 21st Century. Joining me today in the house is ToBeFree Productions. Also co-hosting today with me is Olga Lasowski. Thank you all for joining me today.
Good afternoon and welcome everybody. I would like to introduce our special guests today. Here is Raven Kelsey. She's an actress and a basketball player. The producer and director, Glenna P. Diggs. And right here we have Kamaria Gooding, also an actress and a stylist. Glenna, I would like to ask you first. We are here to discuss something very, very special. A very interesting and passionate project, a passion of yours since you were 15 years old.
Yes.
ToBeFree feature production. Can you tell us a little bit about this idea, about how it came about, and what are you hoping to achieve with this feature film?
It started off really simple. I just wanted to be in the school play. I decided to make the school play Love and Basketball and remake the entire script. The teacher took a look at it and was like, won't you make your own script? So I was like, He gave me a computer and a printer for the entire summer, and I just went in. I wasn't exactly sure what to do with it at that point. So I went online, I searched, I did whatever I could to learn what I need to learn to actually start getting it moving. A few years later, I ended up having auditions. Right now, they're 2 years in. So we've started auditions and started working on production around 2 years ago from now.
It's amazing.
And within all of this, we're about 70 plus within the cast. So we're not just trying to do this production to have a monetary gain. It's more so to make a change, to make a difference, to change the face of media, to make it so that people have an understanding, so it curtails the judgment that people cast on one another.
Okay, so Kamaria, tell me something. What is your role playing as Sheila Monique Brown? What that's all about off the set?
Well, playing Shayla is actually something that I think is really fun because she's similar to me, but finding those little differences that separate us really helps me become a better actress, and it helps me depict different emotions that I usually don't even feel. Her character has so much more strife in her life and so many more hard decisions that she has to make in order to have the life she wants and be happy, and those things really do make or break someone. So getting to know her was really, really fun because on the surface, someone may seem like you and stuff, but it's those little questions you have to think of and the little mini dialogues I have with myself as her in character. It's all funny because they're different from what I would think, but what we say afterwards might be the same and things like that, the little differences. But playing the role is definitely exciting.
Okay. So did it?
Raven,
Okay, sure.
what is your character like? I know, Glenna, you told me that it's based on 3 real women, and it's based on a true story.
It's not based on 3 real women. It's based on several people. And their lives, as well as my life, is sprinkled throughout the 3 main characters. So you get different dispositions of my life throughout Shayla, Jada, and Ty.
And you all play basketball in the movie.
Yes.
And this is the easiest thing for you to do because you are a basketball player. Tell us a little bit more about your character.
So I play Jada White, and in the movie we're cousins, and we're all just really close friends and family. Like Kamaria mentioned, it's pretty easy playing her, but then it's the challenges because she is different. Jada is protective but really chill at the same time, where I'm protective but I'm always on go. So basically, also Glenna wanted to show how oftentimes couples who are in LGBTQ plus relationships aren't shown. So in the movie I have a girlfriend, Keisha, played by Rosangela. So, it's important that Glenna felt that we showcase that, as well as, how we're trying to get out of Boston and go further by using the vehicle of basketball, which has helped me go and seen so many different parts of the world in my personal life.
So Glenna, how long were you involved in making this movie? What's your plans from there on?
So I've completed this feature. That very first script that I finished was at 15.
Okay.
From that point to now, my entire mission has changed as far as what I want to do with the feature in itself. So instead of just having a feature, just one, and trying to figure out what to go from there, I'm more so now at a position where I have several scripts after this one. I know where we're going to go after this. I know what we're going to do. It's lined up in a way so that mid-January, this is entirely done, it's mastered, it's ready to go. We're going to work on it in a manner so that we still stick to the rules and regulations of the Oscars, so that we can push it in that direction.
Sounds pretty nice. Sounds pretty nice.
Yeah, I wish you all the success in that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
And I see that you ladies are very hardworking. You're not only actresses, but you're also having multiple roles in this movie and in this company. You're a producer, director, playwright, and you did the styling for this feature.
Yes.
You're the stylist. Tell us a little bit about what your visions are about each character. What were the interesting things? You know, take us a little bit behind the scenes.
Okay, so just to jump back, because I've been doing this for 2 years. So to jump back, when I was 16, I auditioned. I got the role. My plan was to just act. I was so excited to be a part of a movie. That was all I was focused on. Like, I'm gonna be an actress. This is what I wanted to do. Like, all in high school, I just played sports. I couldn't act like I wanted to because I was an athlete. So when I got this opportunity, I'm like, I'm gonna just divulge into acting because this is what I want to do in my life. I went to school and all that stuff, came back, and I would just wear my normal stuff to set and just like be like, oh, can I wear this during the scene? Like, is this gonna work? And she's like, that's fire. I like that. I'm like, I mean, I put this together real quick, but I
Support each other very well, huh?
Yes,
Yeah,
she
exactly.
like loves to foster all of our talents. If she sees you doing something well, she's like, do you want to add that in somehow? Like, we are really all about growth. We're growing so much as a team. So when she told me, she's like, I want you to get like 12 outfits together, just like 12, and yeah. And when this is like a couple weeks before I come back from school, and I'm like, okay, I guess, I guess I can do it. If you think I can do it, I guess I can do it. And I really not think I can do it, but I did it, and everybody loved every piece of clothing that I brought, and they said it looked so good, and it was unique and original, and that really made me feel good about myself. So I started making stuff like the outfit Jade has on right now. Like, I threw some stuff on the clothes she has. She really is just getting me to create stuff. It's been hard because I always have to go over the first initial thought. I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know what, like, this is just clothes. Like, what do I do to it? But that push that she really thinks I could do it, I've gotten so many clothes out, like, more clothes than I've ever designed. In like 2 months, I probably made 20 outfits. And
Incredible.
that I just never thought I would be
Nice.
successful in this area.
Nice. Well, Glenna, my question goes out to you again. I mean, this movie sounds pretty impactful, and I see it full with culture, but it brings a very powerful story behind it at the same very time, especially in this 21st century that we're in. Now, what plans do you have in terms of making it visible to the world at large, or even just here in the United States? Is there a major television station that you're targeting? Are there people you're working with that will promote this movie to the next level?
Right now, it's small pieces. If you're thinking about like dominoes, we're still at the first few pieces that we're setting up. But once they're all aligned, it's gonna get us to where we need to go. So it's small little steps. So right now, it's more so about getting us out there social media wise, making branding ourselves, getting us out there. Once January hits and we have that piece done and set, then it's more so about getting us more visible within the film festival arena.
Okay.
So that's taking our newly mastered trailer and pushing that out to different film festivals, pushing us out to different events and different places that can actually work as a smorgasbord for us so that we can get out there. along with that, we're going to be setting up a few other things.
Okay.
So we're going to have a few events ourselves as ToBeFree Productions, as well as we're working on a major trip to Paris so that we can promote and market it internationally,
Right.
and then swing it back this way. And that's when we'll start setting up for the regulations and rules for the Oscars, because there's a lot that kind of pertains within that,
Okay.
as far as getting it into the right film festivals before we can do anything else, as far as not being able to have it on certain sites. Like, we can't just upload it to YouTube
Right.
and stuff like that. So it's making sure that we stay on the right path, and we do all of the small little steps that we need to take as far as branding ourselves.
So how can people, our audience members, learn more about your company, about the movie, about ToBeFree Productions? What can they do to help? What are some of the sites that they can go to see the progress that you're making?
So right now we have our social media that's up. I'm gonna have them shout it out for us.
Right. We have Instagram, and it's ToBeFree Movie on Instagram, and then our
Personal sites.
yeah,
too.
and we're always posting on that.
Always.
Always shouting each other out, adding each other. So if you guys follow our Instagram page right now, that's where we're doing our main media on set. You get behind the scenes, bloopers, some of the costumes that Shay is designing, and then
We also have a Facebook. The Facebook's underneath the production company. That's ToBeFree Productions. We have a website for the production company itself. That's ToBeFreeProductions.com. As well as, if you all feel like you want to come and audition for a role, or you want to take part within us behind the scenes, then you can just send us an email at info@ToBeFreeProductions.com.
So you're still looking for people to join?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Nice.
We have productions that's following this, and like everybody knows, you're only as good as your final project. So we have to keep it new. We have to keep it fresh.
Fantastic. Now, don't you also have a GoFundMe page where people can go and help you?
Not as of yet. Our GoFundMe site will be up on Tuesday. Right now, we're just in the makings of it, as well as our website will be up by then.
Great.
And that would be ToBeFreeMovie.com.
Because we know that movie production is not inexpensive project. Right.
That's correct. So I recognize you said that you also have several other different scripts that you've written.
Yes.
At this point of time, are you putting any effort into getting those off the ground, or you're strictly focusing on ToBeFree?
Right now, it's not strictly focused on ToBeFree. There's some back-end writing that I'm working on. By mid-January, that's when we should be holding our auditions for our next feature. So that we're literally going right back into it. We're getting people, they're learning their lines, we're rehearsing, and all of that spring of next year.
And that's my next script.
Yeah,
Any
absolutely.
specific names of?
Nothing I want to release at this point. But those scripts are entirely different than the
Right.
one that we're in right now.
Okay. So tell me, how long were you into producing this movie? How long, what kind of time frame you were working with?
You mean from here on?
Well, not from here on, but from time you would have started making, I know you said you started this around 15.
I started at 15, so there was a lot of like picking it up, dropping it down, not really knowing what to do with
Right.
it. For a while, I thought it was garbage. You know, I had a script, it sat there for a while, I picked it up, and you know, you start to listen to people when they tell you, oh, it's not a good script, you know, you should do more with this and do more with that, and I don't know, it's not that interesting. You know, after you hear it for so long, you start to believe it a little bit.
Right.
It wasn't until I started going to school in Fitchburg State University. I had a teacher there, and he read the script one day and was like, yo, this script is authentic. You just need to work just a little bit more. I don't know what's missing, but a little bit more, and I'm telling you, this is it.
Right.
And I sat back and was like, really?
Well, so I did saw some clips with you. I can't remember exactly who you were sitting with, but it seems pretty nice.
I had a question. So your characters, all three basketball players, is there something specific that you need to do to train for your role? Some sacrifices that you make. You know, people really like to hear these details about the actor's life, what you have to do in order to maintain, you know, to being in good shape, being on a diet, you know, practice those shots. Like each one, let's start with Raven.
It's funny that you mentioned that because, like, every day, like, we're talking about, like, how we have no lives outside of what we're doing. I mean, you have Glenna who's on go all the time. Like, she literally didn't even sleep last night. We finished filming last night at 2 a.m., had to be up for a meeting at 7 a.m. We had to be back here, and then right after this, we're going to film till 12 a.m. Then I have a side job that I have to be at 7 a.m. As far as the basketball training, we're like 2 times a week, where we have a younger set of kids that she's training, that's the younger version of us, and then right after that, we're training. It's tough, and it's a sacrifice, and we talk about it, how much, and making sure, you know, she's doing so much. I try to make sure, I'm like, okay, remember in the last scene that we had this.
She's really good at
this
that.
book over here. So I'm the details, because, you know, like Mario mentioned the other day, she has so much going on that it's hard for her to remember exactly everything. So we try our best to make sure we cover, the door was cracked like this and it wasn't open, and literally covering all the details so it can be as fluid and great as possible.
Kumari, yeah, what is your sacrifice?
Okay, well, as she said, yes, like, we definitely do that with Glenna, and Glenna's like amazing with keeping up with all the stuff she does in general. So, like, it's my privilege to be able to, like, even get those little dots and cross the T's and dot the I's. But I work for a Harvard nonprofit student-run camp, and I'm a 8 to 4 camp counselor, teaching curriculum, like, working with kids all day, and then right after 5 o'clock to 12 a.m., 2 a.m., I'm out here with, like, working. We're filming, we're working hard, and I'm doing what I love, so I love it. It's not even a problem to me. It's just like, it's there. It's on my schedule. People are like, where are you? Where are you going? I never see you. I'm like, I'm working.
So you mean
here.
actresses is not glamorous?
No, I mean, we can look good doing it, but
We try to look good on social
it's definitely
media.
not.
Speaking of glamour, I saw the official trailer. It looks fantastic. You girls are doing a wonderful job. But I saw some really, really good details, makeup, and I heard that you were actually doing some of that.
Yes. When it comes to the special effects makeup, on everybody that you see, it's me. It wasn't something I had planned on. Literally, when we were shooting that, the day we had our first special effects, the makeup artist couldn't make it. So I was like, I guess I'll do it. When I did it and it came out really good, I was like, I guess I just always do it. So I kind of just went along with that. I've researched a little bit on YouTube and kind of, because I want everything to look authentic. I want it to be real to life. So that's how it happened.
So how is your status right now on getting crew members together and to make a movie a success? Are you still lacking, or do you have to get a whole lot more to train, if possible, to fulfill your obligation?
At this point, as far as crew, we're really short on crew. We have a skeleton crew. If that, on some days, it may literally just be us. I don't fret about it because I know I can pick up the slack. I know if anything, that my girls are gonna be there to help me with that. And it, with just us, we're able to pull it off as if we had people. You know what I'm saying? We got audio, we got the lights, like, we're all still official with us. So that's not anything I worry too much about anymore. It's something I worried about in the very beginning.
Okay.
Can I add in on that a little
Sure.
bit? I think, like, looking at the footage that we've done, like the official footage that will be in the film, it comes out amazing. Like, it's surprising that you would think that it's just like 4 people on crew. It's like the 3 people in the scene and someone else just like holding it and mics and stuff. And it comes out really well. It's just like, I view us like a nonprofit. Like, we take everything that we're doing, like we're getting it from people that just like see our vision. They're seeing the film. They're like, whoa, you guys are actually trying to do something. Like I see what you guys are trying to do, your goals, and I rock with it, and I want to put something towards it. So even like transportation places, just coming to like bring, I brought you some waters, you guys, just stuff to have with us, like just to give towards what we're doing has been like things I've been like, people have bought just meals when we're working 12-hour days, and it's just the little things everybody's putting in more, and we all have faith because things come out the blue, like right when we need them, like things have had fallen off for us, and we've had crises that have just been filled by really spontaneous miracles, and it makes things really come together perfectly, and that's what keeps us going. That's why we're still like, yep, it's us three, but we're doing it, and it looks good.
Well, I see a lot of passion here, but I also see that there is kind of a deeper understanding, deeper concept, deeper dream, like a dream of making a real impact. And you mentioned that vocational school in Roxbury.
Yes. That's really detrimental to me. That's the high school that I went to. They're at this point on the break of closing. So what we wanted to do is be able to foster them, be able to take some of their kids on board with us, teach them, train them, have them on set as official playmakers within the crew. And by doing that, we feel like we'll be able to showcase that Madison isn't just about failures. There are kids there that want to learn. They want to be able to take in this knowledge. It's just they don't have the regular lifestyles that a normal kid would have.
I'm glad you touched on that point, because I believe that there are many of those young kids who is going to see the ambition that you all have and probably want to aspire to do the same thing.
Right.
How would you be able to reach out into your community to some of those kids who probably want to get involved in what you're doing? What is your mechanism so far of
Right now, it's literally hands and feet on. So it's going personally up to these schools. It's talking to the teachers. It's asking the teachers, what are your students like? Do you have any students that would be interested in this type of an opportunity? And sitting and speaking to them face to face, letting them know what we're about and what we're trying to go with this.
But would the kids be seeing some of your clips or footage from what you have to offer at the same time you're speaking to the teachers or anything like that?
No, normally I just speak to the teacher first. The teacher lets me know who's more serious, who's more into what we're doing. Then I pull those kids aside. I speak to them separately. I kind of get more of an introduction of them. What do they do? What would they want to get into? Because for me, especially when I'm working with kids, you have to get them into what they really love.
Yes.
So if he wants to be an actor and you're like, I need you to do audio, it's not going to work for him. So I want to make sure I'm giving people that are cast and crew members what they want, what they need.
Right.
Also to add, like sometimes we're just on set, we film in Boston, and people just come up to us and say, we love what we're doing, they support us, see us walking around with these big bags of equipment, and they provide the information, Glenna keeps her cards, and we recruit people like that, and word of mouth have been one of our best helps as far as getting this movie out.
Yeah, I will literally walk up to somebody on the bus like, hey, so. I mean, when it comes to this, I don't care.
No, I really love your project, and I believe that it has a very forceful impact, but I think you can be the face for a portion of even the Afro-American community who need to see an open avenue, an open door that they can actually build on and work with. Even more than the movie itself, what I would be interested in to find out, how would you reach out as a leader, because you are a leader in this case, to really tap into those younger minds, not only just in school, but out of school, that they can come and say, hey, Glenn, you know what, I love what you're doing. Can it be a part of your movie? Can you get me involved in some of it? Even if you have to fit them into a next of your scripts eventually, I think what you launch is a platform for excellence. And I think you should build on it. But my question goes out to you again. Is there any way that you would really tap into those minds? because it may be some that just don't want to come up and say, hey, Glenn, I need your help. I want to get involved.
Right.
But deeply you want to get involved.
At this moment, there's no platform, there's no big sign that says walk into here and this is what you'll get. But eventually, I want to have Peggy's
Right.
House of Possibilities,
Okay.
named after my mother, and that will be an open door policy for everybody that has
Yes.
something that they want to do, because film covers everything.
Yes.
So if you want to learn how to be a chef so that you can be on board as a TBF chef, we want to be able to offer that. We want to be able to offer that all the way up to you want to be a camera operator, cinematographer, director. We want to be able to give everything that we can
Right.
possibly give to our community so that we can grow together.
Excellent.
I'm telling you, she gives so much.
Okay.
Like, it's insane. Just working with her,
Right.
we laugh because we're like, you're so calm and patient. And we're just like, how are you doing
Really?
this?
So without giving out too much of the story, can you tell us a little bit what is the main conflict? What is the story about? But no spoiler alerts, right?
Glenn
Shay,
could
you
tell
want
it.
to take it?
Oh, okay. So, what happens is, I talk too much. I feel like I'm gonna give it all away. Okay. I feel like I'm gonna, okay, stop me. Ready?
You got it.
Okay. So, there's 3 girls. We want to play basketball. We're in high school, and we aspire to play at the higher level of college, and we have a school in mind and everything. And a lot of our conflicts arise in trying to make that happen, and working with our family, our environment, people that don't want to see us succeed, people that say they do and don't, or even just the environment around us that is always pulling people down and trying to keep people back. And we're so stuck on a goal where we have a goal where tunnel vision, and sometimes tunnel vision leads to
Okay. You have to see this movie.
everybody that sees like the teaser trailer we have and like some of the footage, blocky footage, or just like our Instagram, even watching ToBeFree movie, they look and they're like, what's going on? When is the movie done? When is the movie done? We're like, we'll let you guys know.
Well, I want to say really thank you all for joining us here today.
Thank you
We've
for
come to
having
the
us.
last
Thanks for having us here.
minute and a half. So I want to say once again, thank you very much to ToBeFree Productions that you have in the house, and also for helping me co-host today, Olga. It was a really pleasure having
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you so much. And for all those who are at home who will be tuning into this program, I want to say thank you and see you once more again.
Time to wake up. I've got a job to do today.
I've got a job to do today.
Don't forget, you've got a job to do today.
Hey, Mom. I got the job. Thanks.
I've got the job. Welcome aboard.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in your community.
Feels good to start fresh, right?
Sure does.
And like that, you're a job creator.
Welcome to Understood.org, a free online resource for parents of kids with learning and attention issues, with personalized recommendations, tools, and expert advice.
It takes less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes, and you can do it here. So what are you waiting for? Just go to the site.